Emocje dłuższego telewizjonnej rewolucji Kevin i Olivia na blogosfierze. The international phenomenon. Attack of the Show.
Huge show today, my friends. Welcome to Attack of the Show. I'm Kevin Pereira. Thank you. Thank you. Olivia Munn is out today, and it's Wednesday, so joining me, Miss Morgan Webb.
I see what you did there. It was a little bit of fun. I like that. All right, we are coming to you live from the G4 Studios in Los Angeles.
Has that ever happened to you in the history of your life?
Wednesday? Actually, it hasn't.
Hey! TV first!
Which is pretty odd, actually. All right, coming up on the big show, break moments in de-evolution. Stars a guy that slams his own hand in a car door. You kind of have to see this one, and then you'll call AAA and the doctor. And then we're going to take a game break and review all the new downloadable content that is just out. Modern Warfare and Mass Effect 2 have new places to murder, and Red Dead Redemption just added free co-op. And it's not even your birthday.
It feels like my birthday because you're here. You're the greatest gift a television show could give. Yeah. Plus, Pauly Shore will be here live in studio to talk about adopted. That's right. Somebody let the weasel have a baby. So tweet your questions for Pauly to @AOTS. And usually on this show, when we actually bring you something that's been ruined, when we're showing it off, it's probably like the gentleman's luggage or an old car. But today, it's an entire ecosystem, everybody. Yeah. I went to the Gulf Coast to record what BP doesn't want us to see, and that's exactly why we're broadcasting today. So.
To run down the top 5 things on the web.
Would you do me the honor of going around this little internet with me?
Let's go around the net.
Okay. Today we have it sounds very simple. We have a skater and a skate park. I mean,
and I'm sure it's really not going to result in anything awful. Got like caught on the back of the neck there. Is the neck supposed to really bend like that?
No, it's not. It's not. But there's a silver lining to that video. He now has a handicap parking permit, so.
And maybe he'll keep shredding. I mean, if anybody can land that chick in a wheelchair, it's not him.
No.
All right, in at number 4 today, a clip from Mother Russia.
Yeah, forget about vodka. This is the ad that proves that what the Ruskies really know how to sell is tires. Very serious.
They were very serious
about their tread.
Yeah.
Ironically, I think that's the closest any of those women has ever been to rubber.
I will give you that one. Yeah.
But I saw the ad, and I didn't really notice any tires. I mean, there was a handful there, I guess, but
it actually does explain why like 50% of the strippers I've ever polled are named Svetlana. It's a scientific poll, and I do know you love a poll.
I do love a good poll.
Yeah.
But are you?
I know.
Are you like a census whore? Like, do you go around to poll the strippers at the clubs, or how does it?
Well, you get a better response if you come in with a clipboard.
I've been coming in with a wad of soggy ones, but apparently I need a clipboard and some loose-fitting bicycle shorts. Okay. Hey, roosters are cocks.
They are. This one, though, is also a fascist.
All credit.
Yeah!
I could choke that chicken.
What was that?
I could choke that chicken. I hate fascists. What are you talking? I hate fascists.
Oh, that's a fascist thing.
Yeah. Would you?
Is it? Innocent Morgan is innocent. Hey, coming in at number 2.
Find out what that is.
Coming in at number 2. We actually had to tell her what that meant, by the way. I'm sorry. I wasn't going to say it, but you really sweet. You really are that sweet.
Okay.
What?
Sure.
What? No, I know. One clip ago, you were going into strip clubs with a clipboard, but now you didn't know the chicken reference.
I do learn a lot whenever I come on to do this show.
Yeah.
I learn a lot. Thank you guys. I appreciate it. I learned a lot of vocabulary.
Like the Urban Dictionary televised.
I know. I appreciate that.
Coming in at number 2, we have a clip from the Spanish cable provider. Yo.
Yeah, it seems World Cup fever now extends to a galaxy far, far, far away.
And then he force choked the bejesus out of every Vuvuzela player in the stand.
And the Ewoks threw a party to celebrate. The end.
That story is much better than any of the prequels. Still ahead.
It's true.
It's a bit of a funky number 1, my friends.
And get up and dance in just a minute.
What?
Don't dance. Don't go.
This portion of Attack of the Show is brought to you by Sobe Life Water. Try one of their 9 0-calorie naturally sweetened flavors. Sobe knows zero.
With more than 25,000 searchable videos, the all-new G4TV.com is a destination optimized for gamers with the latest gaming news and reviews straight from the sources you trust. It's a website for gamers by gamers. G4TV.com.
It's one of the worst things at E3.
One of.
It's Microsoft Connect's Dance Central, everybody.
Yeah, the booth for this game was one of the most embarrassing things at the convention center. It was full of overhyped dancers and sad, sad gamers being physically active for the first time in months.
It was just folds and fanny packs jiggling everywhere.
Wasn't pretty.
Thankfully, the internet decided to highlight this title's inherent suckage by overdubbing footage from the Microsoft press conference with that awful wedding standard, the chicken dance. I bet people at home clapped 4 times.
You can't help but clap.
You have to. But that's, I think, that right there is the perfect example of why people think motion-controlled gaming is stupid and just a fad.
Who wishes to gaze into the great beyond of gaming?
Hi. It's the ghost of gaming future. We've hung out before.
Hi, Morgan.
Hi. Good to see you.
Hey, ghost.
Woe is he who dares to peer through the scrying pool of untold tales. What you have just seen, this motion control, will dominate gaming for decades!
I don't know about that. The technology is cool, but the games looked really lame there.
Oh, you have no idea how lame they get. Oh man, in 2012, the biggest selling game of the year is a swimming pool simulator. It's totally stupid, Kevin.
Sounds stupid.
Sounds pretty stupid.
Yeah.
Is there any hope for the future? Or
Look for yourselves!
Here?
Hello and welcome back to X-Play, the longest running gaming show in history.
Now, as you know, E3 2150 was this week, and it was full of shocking announcements.
It was. I mean, I think we'll all remember what we were doing when the LA Convention Center became self-aware and shot missiles at the San Diego Convention Center, starting the Great Con War. But Microsoft, oh man.
Redmond has done it again, Morgan. They have completely revolutionized the way we'll play games with their new joystick.
Well, we have been playing games with our bodies for 100 years now. Microsoft is finally freeing us from the shackles of physical activity. Now, this is truly a great leap forward in interface technology. All right, it's got sensors for 8 directions, as well as a universal action button.
And as I understand it, the joystick also also uses a new way to communicate with the system, right?
Absolutely. The joystick is operated via this unbelievable tether. You do not have to worry about cluttering your living cube with more wireless signals.
Finally, we get hands-on gaming. But how are we preserved heads supposed to use this?
Well, okay, this is an issue, but Microsoft has said they're going to have mouth models for heads by the holiday season.
Oh, that sounds great. Now, stay tuned. We'll have an exclusive first look at 3 of the most anticipated titles of the year right after the break. Final Fantasy 87, Gears of War 3, and Duke Nukem Forever.
We'll be right back.
See what I mean?
That's not pretty.
No, but
No.
while we have the Ghost of Gaming Future, Ghost, do you mind if I ask what happens to me in the future? What's going on?
Oh, you have a podcast that nobody listens to, and I would ixnay on the autoerotic asphyxiation.
I have been telling you that.
Gotta run, guys! Oh, and beware the knowledge ye have seen, for it comes at a great price.
What is that?
Toodles!
No, what's the great?
I'll ask him later. I'll give him a little buzz and see what the great price is.
Why were you holding your helmet? You could just.
I had just gotten in from my spaceship.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I apologize.
A busy woman goes straight from spaceship to set.
Fair enough. So you'd have a helmet assistant. I guess not. Oil is not the only thing that's spewing uncontrollably right now, my friends. There's also downloadable content.
Game Break will tell you what to put on your hard drive.
All right, this has been a big month for DLC. Tons has been released, which may or may not have been overshadowed by E3.
A little bit, and a lot of, not a lot of games come out around this time because nobody wants their game to, get lost in the news
lost
cycle.
in the announcement of a game that won't be out till 2012.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's what happens around E3. So let's jump into it. First, we have the Modern Warfare 2 Resurgence Pack.
Yeah, you get 5 new maps, 3 of which are new, 2 of which are actually throwback maps from Call of Duty 4.
So rehashed levels. Okay.
But they spruced them up a little bit. You know what I mean? They put
a new coat of paint on the textures.
Coat of paint, a little spit polish.
A little lipstick on that pig. All right.
You have a vacant, which is good for close quarters combat. It's become a little bit of a problem because people are now grenade spamming on that level.
What were the odds?
I know, crazy, right?
Yeah,
it happens. Which kind of takes a little bit of the fun out of it. There's also the Carnival level, which has been very popular because it has a very different look than a lot of the other levels, and it has fun house. It's colorful. It's almost a little too colorful in a way because you get lost in your targets a little bit, which is sort of the point of it.
Right. But it's nice that they're mixing it up. Slightly different scenario.
Right. And then there's fuel, and it's an oil refinery. Some people say it's great for snipers. Other people say the snipers are so easy to pick off in that level, it is ridiculous. So just go and pick up all the snipers.
Wait, you mean differing opinions on the internet?
I know.
Come on.
It's a little weird, but so there's sort of both sides to it. So it is fun. Of course, not all maps are going to be the best for different game types, but that's going to be true in any maps. The big controversial thing about this though is that it is $15.
I was going to say it has to be the price because you're talking $15 for just a handful of maps.
And people just bought the previous map pack, Stimulus, very short time ago, which was also $15.
So, I mean, is this a recommendation then from you? Would you say stay away from it? Would you say that it's worth the $15 if you're a diehard?
Well, if you're a diehard, you're going to have to get it, basically, because, it's going to call you out for not having the maps on your list.
It shames you in the game lobby, doesn't it?
It calls you out. It's like, oh, well, let me pony up the $15. It's that cheapskate.
Yeah.
It does. It shames you a little bit. It's a little crazy, but a lot of people, the hardcore people, have already bought it.
Right.
I think people are eventually going to buy it, but it also highlights the fact that they need to find some sort of subscription system for these map packs so somebody can maybe pay $15 a year, $30 a year, and have access to all of them.
Well, yeah, once they completely milk all their hardest of hardcore, then maybe they'll go to that route. All right, next up we have Mass Effect 2 Overlord Mission Pack.
Okay, this one's cheaper.
Right, but do I get to bang new aliens?
Sorry, kid.
No?
No, sorry.
All right, so we're giving this one a skip. What else is there?
I have no sympathy because when you play as a woman, Commander Shepard's a woman, there are no guys to have sex with.
But there's you can still have sex with
Jacob is a company man and kind of dweeby. Everybody else is old or a lizard. I'm just saying.
Don't be so quiet. Future Morgan would take off her space helmet for some space lizards. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, so there are...
Should we talk about the DLC? 5 new levels, right?
Sure. There's new levels. You get to use the hover tank again, which some people didn't like. I actually did like. There is a good story. I don't want to spoil any of it for you, but you are dealing with the Geth again. And
does it matter if you've beaten the game or if
you could do it either way?
Really?
Yeah.
How does it seep into the storyline, or does it just sort of just pop out randomly?
It's like a
side quest. Okay, got it. Yeah.
I personally found you get about 2 hours of gameplay, I should say.
For $7.
Just sort of in your head, be like $7. 2 hours of gameplay, and you can make that decision for yourselves. Like, if you've played Mass Effect, you know.
Price of a movie. If you want to extend it a little bit more, go for it.
I think it's worth it.
Now, finally,
not everyone will.
This excites me. Red Dead Redemption, Outlaws to the End. It's the co-op pack that they teased inside the game when I got it.
And tell everyone the best part.
Well, it's free. I didn't want to spoil. I was gonna let you play Santa.
No, you could take the glory.
But no, it's free, because when I first pulled out that insert and I said, "Oh, co-op's coming," of course I was really, really upset because I felt like that was the one thing that was truly lacking from multiplayer. But they got it in there. So what are we downloading? What missions do we get?
You get a bunch of different missions. Like there's one where you're gonna rescue a girl from a village. There's one where you're gonna be rafting. There's one where you're trying to herd cattle through a field of snipers or through. For example, right there, we're herding cattle, we're going to kill snipers. I like when the TV matches what I say.
I like when the cowboy gets off his horse to just herd them manually.
Get her up. I don't know how to do cowboy shit.
Get her up there.
Get her up.
That's tie around, Oak. What? Huh? Those aren't.
We're city kids.
Yeah, we're exactly. Rockstar.
Get along, little doggy.
Obviously, they're offering it for free. Are they trying to make a statement with that, or are they just?
I think that Rockstar need, like, for example, Call of Duty doesn't have to be as worried about people selling their games back to GameStop, whereas I think that Rockstar has to be a little more aware of that situation in Red Dead, because once you do finish the campaign, and the multiplayer, not that great. So they're trying to kind of extend the life.
Extend it, all right. Well, good for them for making it free and fun. So that is new downloadable content for Modern Warfare 2, Mass Effect 2, and Red Dead Redemption, and they're all out now, everybody.
And do not forget Crackdown 2 demo.
Yes.
Also, tomorrow, XP will be announcing the Best of E3 awards, so you should go to g4tv.com/bestE3 for more info.
Very cool. Still ahead, everybody. Pauly Shore will be here live to talk about his new documentary, Adopted. And he's not bringing home a puppy.
Then it's another skirmish in the eternal war between Rollerblader and Rail in great moments in De-Evolution.
But first, tomorrow, folks, it's the last day to become a member of the Butterfinger Defense League.
Day?
The last day. So get your video in.
Oh, no.
You could win $20,000.
A crime wave of epic proportions is sweeping the country. Good citizens everywhere live in fear of debased criminals laying a finger on their precious Butterfingers. If you are the victim of this devastating loss, there's only one place to turn. The Butterfinger Defense League. They are Eric, Sex Strutter, Lou, Strongman Ferrigno, and Charisma, Sassy Carpenter. When all hope is lost, they make life delicious again. But we are looking for someone to be the fourth member of the league, and it could be you. Rule number 1. Tell us why you'd be a valuable addition to the Butterfinger Defense League. Show us your own unique ability that makes you a perfect candidate to protect Butterfingers across the globe.
I'd make a great fourth member because I was raised by coyotes in the Angeles National Forest, and I can track a Butterfinger up to 3 miles away. Plus, I invented Butterfinger nunchucks.
Rule number 2. Videos must be no longer than 60 seconds.
Well, it's perfect, except it's 65 seconds long. Why is it 65 seconds long?
Rule number 3. Remember to include a Butterfinger and the line, "Nobody's gonna lay a finger on my Butterfinger." You must say it exactly like that.
Nobody better finger my butter.
Cut. That is so very wrong. Run it again. Take 42.
All submissions will be judged by G4 on the criteria of creativity, technical merit, and the best use of Butterfinger.
The field will be narrowed to 2 finalists, and both will be transported to the 2010 San Diego Comic-Con and appear on the G4 stage with Kevin and me.
The grand prize winner will be announced live and initiated as the 4th member of the Butterfinger Defense League. Plus, they'll walk home with a $20,000 prize.
Go to g4tv.com/Butterfinger Defense League for more info. Good luck.
You've been waiting all year to party with this guy, but Comic-Con is totally sold out. Oh no! G4 to the rescue. It's Comic-Con 2010 live. Catch world premiere first looks at the year's biggest blockbusters. Comic-Con 2010 live. Coming in July. Only on G4.
Somebody's birthday!
Here is your hot news injection from our favorite birthday boy.
I made it to 30.
Hey!
I made it to 30, everybody. I did it. I did it. And the cool thing is my parents actually flew out and Dad! Take that out of your mouth! Dad! Roll the feed! Dad!
He's so...
And we just answered the question, Vinny can take my mom in a fight. Everybody, that's cool. We just learned that. Awkward. It's Wednesday, June 23rd. It's my birthday. And here are your top stories. Today, Verizon is unveiling its latest smartphone, the Motorola Droid X. With yesterday's Android Adobe Flash mating announcement, this reveal, which of course comes, a day before the release of the iPhone 4, obviously designed to be a 1-2 punch to Apple's face. Now, the Droid X promises a 4.3-inch display, 720p HD video capture, and an HDMI output. This is obviously the latest attempt by Verizon and Google to squish Apple's momentum, but if you've been anywhere near an Apple store in the last week, people are already camping out, so sorry guys, it's not working for you right now. DC Comics actually went digital today, which is a huge announcement. The publisher of titles like Superman, Batman, and Wonder Woman will now offer downloadable digital comics for the iPad, the iPhone, and the PSP. DC, of course, joins the ranks of other comics publishers, including Marvel, IDW, Dark Horse, Image, and Boom, also offering digital comics and apps. But the really huge news here is that now all of the major comics publishers have a presence in the digital marketplace. Now, we don't really know where this is going to go, but obviously this speaks volumes about how they're going to start distributing these things. So some of the comics are free, but others are going to cost you the full ride, $2.99. And finally, this morning's World Cup match between the U.S. and Algeria could set an internet record, and I should start a chant right now. Landy Cakes! Landy Cakes! Landy Cakes! He hates that nickname, and he watches Attack of the Show, so sorry, Landon. Apparently, during Donovan's game-winning goal, over 11.2 million people per minute were hitting them to watch the match and get updates, which bumped its traffic past the previous #2 spot held by, a little 2008 presidential election. Whatever. The highest internet traffic day ever was set on June 11th of this year when the World Cup kicked off. I guess people are watching the kicky ball. I didn't know. Pretty cool. Well, that's all for today. It's my birthday again, so I'm going to go... My dad's in town, so I'm going to go get really, really drunk right now after those guys.
Hey! Thanks, Blaine.
Bye.
I really thought Landy Cakes were like a pastry. I was like, do they eat those in Algeria? I'll have a strawberry Landy cake. Delish. Hey, it's time for today's viewer poll presented by AT&T. With soccer fever sweeping the world, we want to know what you think. Do you actually care about the World Cup? I mean, really? Do you? Vote yes or no. Log on to G4TV.com and vote, and we will have the results later on in the show. I think there's going to be a lot of bandwagon yeses, but...
You think?
I think so.
When
was the last time anybody said anything about foot game when it wasn't going on right now?
All right.
Just saying.
We will see what the people said.
See.
People will speak.
You will vote.
From bong cars to electric motorcycles, we've got it all in today's rides.
Whips.
And
If you're still puttering around in your mom's Honda Civic, then smash open your piggy bank, because it's time to upgrade. First up, we have the recent winner of the Isle of Man time trials, the MotoSiz E1 PC electric motorcycle. After debuting at the Grand Prix of Motorbikes, the E1 PC shocked its competition by winning the electric category with a top speed of over 140 miles per hour, nearly 40 miles per hour higher than its closest competitor. Its 10 lithium polymer batteries contain over 10 times the battery power of a Toyota Prius, and its oil-cooled electric motor puts out over 100 horsepower and 250 foot-pounds of torque. With an average track speed of over 96 miles per hour, it was the first time an American motorcycle has won the time trials since 1911. There's no official price yet, but we expect to see pricing similar to MotoSiz's previous bikes at around $100,000. From American ingenuity to American power, the next item on our list is Hennessy's new supercar, the Venom GT. Sporting the customized front end of a Lotus Elise and a carbon fiber body, the Venom GT weighs only 2,500 pounds, giving it one of the best power-to-weight ratios on the road. Under the hood is a customized Corvette ZR1 V8 engine that spews out over 1,200 horsepower after a little bit of tweaking by the machine smiths over at Hennessy. All that power gives it a top speed of over 260 miles per hour and a 0 to 60 speed of 2.9 seconds. But good luck buying one unless you're the Prince of Dubai. Hennessy plans to build only 10 of these cars per year at the low, low price of only $1 million. Finally, after getting his hands on some newer models, James Bond is putting one of his classics up for sale. Originally used in the films Goldfinger and Thunderball, Bond's 1964 Aston Martin DB5 is being sold by RM Auctions and will come complete with all the original Q-infused gadgets, such as a revolving license plate, oil slick sprayer, and fake machine guns. As for raw power, it puts out 282 horsepower, giving it a top speed of 145 miles per hour, and goes from 0 to 60 in 7.1 seconds. Not quick by today's standards, but hey, it was good enough for Bond. Becoming an international man of mystery comes with a hefty price tag, and for only $5 million, you too can be wooing foreign damsels this October. Just because you can't afford these rare rides doesn't mean you can't dream of breaking the speed limit and chasing down some enemy spies in them.
Of course, we should point out that it's easy to be a slick super agent when you drive awesome cars.
But you never hear about Agent 006 and his Ford Fiesta.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Oh, 00 Daewoo. No, that's a bad thing. Sorry. Hey, mankind is no longer hunted by anything dangerous because we've killed and eaten everything that could really threaten us. So.
Delicious. That's why we count on the dumbest of the species to remove themselves from the gene pool.
True.
It is break moments. Those are some special effects right
Magic,
there.
yeah,
I really,
yeah.
you guys
ILM,
spared no expense,
ILM
right?
tossed us a bone. Thanks, guys.
Actually, I heard that you used to rollerblade.
Did he used to roll?
You used to rollerblade. I heard that.
You heard incorrectly because I was an aggressive inliner. That's what I used to do.
Is that what you guys tell yourselves?
When we're on the way to the 7-Eleven to get our Slurpees, hells yeah. Why?
Why? Yeah.
Well, I mean,
yeah. Pretty much. I think why encapsulates all my.
Because it was awesome. That's why we aggressive inline. That's the only reason you would get aggressive when you're inlining.
All right, take it from me, kids. We need to have a little discussion. Rollerblading is not cool. If you or someone you know is thinking about rollerblading or, I'm sorry, aggressive inlining,
I don't like where this is going.
I think you should show them this.
No, that's not too bad. I mean, I definitely was expecting worse. Yeah, I'm fine, thanks. My back got dude.
So you gotta apply a lot of pressure. It was peeing pretty bad.
That's not fine, that's in shock.
Yeah, that was a shameful
That's a
tramp
concussion.
stamp he gave himself
Was
there.
was that aggressive inlining?
That was pretty aggressive, yes, that was.
It
was.
Yeah. All right. Well, this week's rating is Confederate flag ties, where professionalism really meets racism. How many are we giving this guy?
I'm gonna go with 4 out of 5.
All right.
Bleeding from the head, bleeding from the top of the anus.
Yeah, no.
That looked bad. Now, I believe it was a Japanese poet and author. It was Kenji Miyazawa. You guys familiar? Miyazawa fans? Yeah. He once said, "We must embrace pain and burn it as fuel for our journey."
Well, I take it he never slammed a car door in his own hand.
Car doors, friend or foe?
Oh, my hand's in the door and it hurts a
Sometimes watching people's faces is far more entertaining than watching the idiots slam their hand in the car door.
The car was a little blazed, maybe.
You think so?
A little bit.
No.
Yeah, I know. I'm going out on a limb here.
How many Confederate flag ties do you want to give him?
I think he gets a 5 out of 5.
Done.
5 out of 5.
was good. Hey, you know what? Knock yourselves out, D. Evers, really.
No, seriously, you should knock yourselves out. Then you can see yourself on Break Moments. There are those effects again.
Thank you. Hey, good news, everybody. G4's got a brand new toy. It's our new iPhone app.
Get the up-to-the-minute gaming news with G4TV.com's The Feed.
Oh, Morgan, there's more, though. I want to
Really?
tell you what it has. It's got full game reviews. It's got cheats. It's got videos from shows like Attack of the Show, X-Play.
Oh, my God, I love that show.
And the Web Soup. Yeah.
And it has X-Play. Go to iTunes to download our new app.
Woo, we did it. Stay tuned. I'll actually bring you part 1 of my trip to BP's little environmental oopsie.
And Pauly Shore will be here to spew comedy all over the place, so stick around.
The Feed is brought to you by the General Automobile Insurance Services.
The new Xbox 360, here today, ready for tomorrow.
Is this value meal deluxe?
No. Deluxe needs a special ingredient. Now it's deluxe.
Some places don't add much to value meals, but Wendy's Deluxe Value Meals give you the works, like new Barbecue Bacon Deluxe Value Meals with Applewood smoked bacon and barbecue sauce, with fries and a drink, only $2.99. Treat yourself to a cool, creamy Wendy's Frosty today, just 99 cents.
People try to discourage us from eating Hot Pockets on the go.
You look like a fool with those buns. Nurse!
But as free eaters, we're here to stay.
Hot Pockets, side shots, cheeseburgers, soft baked buns of awesomeness you can eat wherever. Try new buffalo chicken.
Folks, there's something wrong. There's something wrong with this world when nobody will give Pauly Shore a kid. And that is why his new movie, Adopted, is, well, it's practically science fiction.
So after Faith and I were shopping, we got a little hungry. So we decided to stop by the mall's food court.
Is this like Panda Express? Let's keep walking. Hopefully we won't get stabbed.
Faith and I even bumped into a famous musician.
Macy Gray, fantastic Grammy Award-winning artist on Epic Records. She's, look at that face. Hi, baby. So these are your 3 kids? Can I take one?
Yeah. Joining me now, Pauly Shore, ladies and gentlemen.
Nice to see you. Thank you for having me back. I like these chairs. They're like rocking chairs.
You like our future chairs?
They're good.
Do you want to get one for the new kids' room?
No, it's just it's a movie. I was having fun.
Yeah,
I was having fun. Yeah.
I want to chat about that, but it's been. You said welcome back, and I was like, I couldn't believe we did. Well, it was actually the Screensavers was the name of the show at the time, but it was like 5 years ago. There you were. We were driving websites.
Look at that.
Yeah. So
That's
Cliff notes
crazy.
me as to what the hell has happened to you in the last 5 years. What's been going on?
I've been in a coma. No, I'm just kidding. No, I don't know. I do a lot of stand-up. You know what I mean? I'm always constantly performing. I've been, dealing with personal stuff.
It's not so personal anymore, by the way. It's not exactly.
I've been dealing with personal stuff in my life. I've been going to.
That sounds rather uplifting and positive.
I've been going to the Schwitz.
What's that?
Well, when you get older, how old are you?
I'm 27.
Yeah, so I'm 42.
Okay, so when do I schwitz?
So when you start schwitzing, you start schwitzing at the age of, I don't know, late 30s.
Okay.
You know what I mean? It's more, a lot of guys like that are younger, you like at 5 or 6 o'clock, you go to a bar.
Right, sure.
Right, I go to the Schwitz.
Because that sounds like a Eurodisco in West Hollywood, is what it sounds like. What's the Schwitz?
The Schwitz is a place where older Jewish men go to relax. So that's what I've been doing. I have my own locker there. They give me leaves, and then I swear to God, I walk in and they're like, "Bolezon!" They start beating me with the leaves, and that's right.
Oh, that's relaxing.
And then once in a while, I see John Travolta, and I'm like, "Whoa, whoa,
okay,
whoa!"
yeah, now you know you're in the wrong locker room.
Yeah, so I do that. I run my dog Butter. I go to Equinox.
But you've also been doing some traveling.
Yeah, I went to Africa. Yeah, I went to Africa. I was in Australia recently too. I did some shows in Australia, but I went to Africa.
You went to Africa, and that is where you shot this movie. But you weren't. You knew you were flying over there to do stand-up, but you knew you wanted to do something, and it wasn't really until you landed that you figured, okay, this is what I
it was
film.
kind of halfway through the flight.
Okay.
I had a couple drinks, and I was like, if I'm flying all the way to Africa, I'm not going to go and just do stand-up because it's so far. I got to get something from this.
You got to get a blood diamond or figure something out.
Exactly. I got to obtain something. So what happened was, I went down there and I got my little index cards in my hotel room. I storyboarded the whole thing, mockumentary style. And then I talked to the promoter, who was the promoter of the film. I made him the producer of the film, because that's what you do, right? That's
absolutely
good for him. He's the producer of the film.
Give him a little credit.
Give him a little credit. And then what happened is he gave me the cash, and then I hired a production company down there, a really great production company, got the shooters. And then I just went for it, and we showed up at the Oprah Winfrey School, which was cool.
That was great, yeah.
Yeah, and
you didn't get in, but not to spoil too much, but it was pretty fantastic.
No, but there was definitely times where I almost got beat up, for sure.
That's what there's even just casual shots, because I know it's mockumentary. You didn't actually adopt a child,
right?
But you're walking down the street and you just even casually look at somebody and you say, "Hey, what's up?"
Yeah.
And he gives you a stare like, "I'm going to take my cell phone and stick it through your neck."
Yes.
Was that real? That was real.
That was very real. There was actually a lot of stuff. I don't know if you've ever been to Johannesburg, but Johannesburg is...
I've seen District 9, though.
It's basically... Johannesburg is probably one of the most criminal kind of places in the world. Like, everything is there's a lot of crime. So I went and I shot out in that area, and the cameramans a lot of the time were basically saying we have to leave. And I was like, I don't want to leave because we're getting some really good stuff. I'm kind of like Lisa Ling's sister. You know what I mean? You know how she was in Korea, and she went to North Korea, right? Right. Because she needed the footage.
Of course she did.
Because if I flew back here and I didn't have great footage, I'd be an idiot. So I went for it. They're saying don't film. I'm like, no, we got to film. This is some great stuff. So I'm nuts like that, into getting the footage.
I love that you got it. And if people want to check out Adopted, what's the best way for them to grab the film?
I guess people can just go online, I don't know, just Google Pauly Shore Adopted By, I guess. I don't know.
Go to Google and figure it out.
I don't know. It's everywhere.
Awesome.
Thanks for having me.
Dude, thanks for coming back on. Always a pleasure having you here. Pauly Shore, everybody. You guys can catch Adopted on DVD now. Just Google the damn film. Then let's go over to a woman that's adopting me if my parents die, Miss Morgan Webb.
Yay! Not a chance. Still ahead, Kevin goes to ground zero of BP's epic fail. Stick around.
Bond. James Bond.
All right, everybody, here are the results from today's viewer poll presented by AT&T. Earlier, we asked you whether or not you care about this thing they call the World Cup. Turns out, it's almost a tie. Just like the excitement of soccer. 45% of you admit to caring about the World Cup, which is surprisingly low considering it's going on right now. So there you have it. I bet 100% of you hate the vuvuzelas, though.
I think that's pretty safe.
I bet.
All right, but one thing you actually should all care about is what's going on with BP's out-of-control oil spill.
Yeah, I actually went to the Gulf of Mexico to see how the region is now coping with this unprecedented disaster. 65 days ago, the Deepwater Horizon oil rig exploded and sank into the Gulf of Mexico. Since then, millions of gallons of oil have gushed into the ocean, creating an economic apocalypse for the residents of the Gulf Coast and leaving the fragile ecosystem in peril.
And while Twitter is usually the place where topics like Justin Bieber or Apple's iPhone trend, Attack of the Show's viewers were venting their frustrations over this catastrophe.
The BP oil spill could go on for years and years. Is this true?
The spill is giving me the same feeling I had before Katrina made landfall.
Why isn't BP cleaning this up yet? What's going on?
I knew the only way to find answers would be to see the devastation for myself.
It's a pile of oil out there. It's wrecking everything we know.
This is our last weekend of fishing. We know it's going to happen. They keep moving the line out further and further, and it's bad.
This is a long-term deal. My kids' kids may be affected by this. All my friends, and it's sad.
All right, it's about 9 o'clock in the morning, and we are driving through a very lovely downpour to try to get to Bellchase to meet up with Billy Nungesser, who's the Plaquemines Parish president. And what concerns you the most at this point? Is it containment? Is it cleanup? Is it the guys out of work?
It's everything. This is not the way people act. This company has shown no responsibility. You got a president of an oil company making comments like, I want to get back to my way of life. There's no heavy oil under the surface.
Right.
But to make irresponsible statements, and this is the guy we're dependent on to step up in the plane. Thank God the President of the United States demanded they pay for this.
Billy, finally, we have a lot of young male viewers out there that have said that they're willing to put the Xbox controller down and log off of Facebook. They're fired up and they're upset. Is there anything they can do about it?
They can put the pressure on BP to step up to the plate.
You have said, look, once the oil's there, the damage is done. It might be too late.
Well, it's in certain areas. We've got a lot of marsh left that isn't infested. If we can get working on this berm, continue this, it gives us a fighting chance. At least we did everything possible, and anything short of that is unacceptable.
The whole thing with this BP thing is bull. All you keep hearing is we're trying to capture, we're trying to contain, we're trying to suck up this oil. You know why? Because they're making money off of it. They're making money off of destroying everything we have.
There's nothing being done. I mean, you do see things happening. You do see the cleanup crews going, but all these little methods that are being done, why haven't they been done the first time?
I sat down with BP spokesperson Jason French at a town hall meeting to find out what BP's really doing to resolve this crisis. So Jason, first of all, I do not envy your position at all. You must understand you're working for a corporation right now that people are upset with, to say the least.
Absolutely. The anger here in Grand Isle is understandable. I honestly expected more anger here.
Because they're asking questions and you're giving answers and you're being candid and honest with your answers, but why should they trust BP?
Only action's going to prove it, and action's going to take time.
I mean, have you gone out on the spill? Have you seen?
Yes, I've been out to the rig site and have been out near shore as well.
And what have you seen out there?
The word catastrophe is, I can't think of a bigger word than catastrophe.
BP's track record in the last 5 years, they spent over $350 million in OSHA fines for safety things. You look at the Three Little Piggies memo. So that was the name of the official BP memo, where they did a cost-benefit analysis as to what sort of shelters the workers should be living in on the drill platforms. And they found that their recommendation was that they should build the cheaper shelters because the odds of the big wolf blowing the house down or an explosion was 1,000,000 to 1.
Again, it's only words now until you see it, but the commitment to stay here and to do it in a way that, as I said, protects the safety, security of the community and the long-term interests of the community is something we are committed to doing.
Do you believe BP should be in charge of this operation if a crime could have been committed?
I understand the concern. I would say that at this point, we are taking direction from the federal government in regards to the response. Are there things that we could be doing better? Absolutely. But since we're taking federal direction on the response and the federal government has insisted that the oil industry is best equipped for the response at the seabed floor, I'm not sure that there's anything that would do.
We might be down right now, but we'll be back. And we have to. We have nothing else to fall back on. It's all fishing.
Tomorrow, I'm going to take a look at the impact the oil is having on our wildlife. Behind me, there should be hundreds of healthy pelicans. And the potential consequences of using chemical solvents in our ocean. If Corexit is eating through rubber on boats, it could cause blood in the urine like it did in certain tests. Yeah, it doesn't help to say Go F yourself, BP, but it makes you feel a little bit better, so just try it. Next time someone cuts you off in traffic, blame it on BP. Part 2 of my trip will air on tomorrow's show, so thank you guys for watching that. I appreciate it. And thanks to G4 for giving me the chance to go down there and check it out. And thanks to Pauly Shore for being on the show today.
Absolutely.
Check out his new sketch. You can Google Hollywood Hustle to see him selling his DVDs on the Sunset Strip. And thanks to Miss Morgan Webb for co-hosting with me. I hurt you.
You're welcome. I'm a little sad right now, but I'm gonna.
Yeah. Hey, Web Soup with Chris Hardwick is gonna start. Yeah, it'll make you laugh and smile, so it's okay. Thank you guys for watching. We appreciate it. Future Morgan appreciates it, and Future Adam is skull on a jar.
He's not feeling well.
No.
He'll get better though.
Good night, everybody.